Which brings me to number 3. It gets a little worse. Because for me to say that dating within churches and other types of Christian community looks the same as the world is not entirely accurate. You see, I believe we have made matters even worse by applying a layer of idealism and judgment to the interpersonal alchemy that has got to stop. Our way, our version of a dating culture, is becoming the more hurtful way. Let me put it like this. I have sat across from remarkable sisters in Christ, and I have asked them, why have you never been in a Christian relationship? Never dated a Christian man? And their answer? Brian, I've never been in a Christian relationship because, and I'm quoting multiple women here, what Christian guy would want me after the things I've done? That is heartbreaking, convicting. How did we create a community where that thought is possible? What have we done? I think I know, and many of you know too. God does not owe us anything. The chief suspects here are an idealism and an underlying sense of entitlement that shapes how we think about others and about what we deserve. A very suspicious word, deserve. An idealism that we have tasted through nearly every bit of popular media we have ever seen our entire lives has shaped what we are looking for. A true love, a kindred spirit, a soul-mate bond. How could we ever go back to any other system of marriage? Why would we want to? But it's a quick slip from believing that God intends each of us to find our divinely appointed soulmate, to think that we are entitled to such a relationship. And from there, it's another quick slip for us to think about what we do or do not deserve from this relationship that we desire so deeply. And here, right around here, sneaks in an idea that what you deserve is somehow based on your own character or choices. A remarkably unbiblical idea. And with that creeping around in our minds, we can often impose our own personal idealism onto others. I've heard some go so far as to carry around a literal list. I know. I doubt God asked Adam for a list before he created Eve. In fact, that dude was knocked out cold for the entire creative process. Probably so he couldn't mess it up. Now, once all of that is coupled with what happens when a dating culture collides with the average Christian's high regard for marriage and marital purity, something a bit tragic happens that I think is only growing in this generation. And as chief of the idealists, I may be as guilty of these thoughts as anyone. As if I can perfect myself in such a way that I deserve someone I deem perfect by my own standards. It's shameful. Relationships seem to be the only area of Christian life and practice where we are willing to tolerate such egocentric dialogue about what I want, what I am looking for, creating this world of idealism and so-called deal breakers. Christians, we have no ground at the foot of the cross to impose our ideals on someone else and then judge them for it. Because all of this, just not about us. And it's certainly not about cashing in some prefabricated, idealized, judgmental marriage contract. None of us are good enough for each other. No two people deserve each other. We don't deserve anything. Not our next breath. God does not owe you anything. And for the record, who would want you? Jesus does, and all his most eligible followers. That's who. That is the gospel to be lived out in all our relationships. But that version of a dating culture may be the most corrosive cultural trend we have ever let into the church. We have got to redefine the way we see and interact with one another as Christian men and women.